Welcome to the Dark Beat. I guess I was right on time.
This episode
I will check on
on
you
the
again
Insanity
in the morning.
series.
My little Rosie is dead. Bella? Bella! But it looked like a ritual. Or a seance of some sort. Ray, please, you need to get me out of here. Please, you need to save me. They're trying to fry my brain too. Oi, Higgins, come get me. The door opened and Samuels walked in. I could tell that Evans was so much more scared than I was. She pushed me away and slapped me right across the face. Not gonna lie, I saw it coming. What's going on here? Said Samuels as he walked closer to where we were sitting. Evans got up and took a few steps away from me. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to take a little walk. I heard some noises coming from his room. He was having a panic episode. When I walked in, he mistook me from his wife. Samuel's face didn't change at all. He was staring at us, probably seeing what was going on inside our heads. So I tried to occupy my brain by replaying the way I felt when I kissed her, though it was hard to focus. I couldn't hide how I felt about the things that I've heard. But I had to. He couldn't know. He turned his head to look at Nurse Evans. He took a syringe out of his pocket. That's all right, Nurse Evans. It's actually good that you're here. I guess I was right on time. Give him this medicine. It will help him sleep. My heart was pounding so loudly in my chest. More drugs. I didn't want to go down again. I hated it. It felt like I was trapped in dreamland, or nightmare land to be more exact. To be honest, I didn't even know how I should react. If I would sit still, then it was suspicious. I had to protest a little. No, what is that? Nurse Evans grabbed the syringe out of Mr. Samuels' hand and walked right to me. I pushed myself back against the bed. I could see it in her eyes that she was asking me to trust her. She placed her hand on my shoulder. No, please don't. I don't want this. No, get away from me. Don't touch me. I tried to act as though I was scared, but in fact, actually did trust her. She pushed me against the pillow, still looking at me in the eyes. After a few seconds, she walked away from me and handing the empty syringe to Mr. Samuels. Samuels stood silently looking at Evans for a few seconds. I had to act like whatever that syringe was working. I had to calm down. I will check on you again in the morning, and then turn back to face Evans again. After you, Miss Evans. And with that, they both walked out of my room. It was in that moment that they left that I felt completely alone with my thoughts. I felt a great pain in my chest. The pain was so severe that it took my breath away. My little Rosie was dead. My little Rosie was dead. How could this be? How could I let this happen? Where the hell was I? She must have suffered a lot. No, I couldn't let this slide. They had to pay. They all had to pay. Anticipation was driving me crazy. After Evans left, all I could do was to wait for her to come back with my laptop so I could email my captain. I vaguely remember talking to him on the phone. Evans said she didn't see my phone. She just took my laptop. Samuels must have taken it himself. The more I waited, the more anxious I became. I kept on looking at the clock on the wall. 4:50, 6:30, 8:12. Where was she? Does Samuels asleep in his office? She probably got scared off. 9:45. I couldn't wait anymore. I had to do it myself. I tried to get out of my room, but my door was locked. No shock, I expected it. I just had to find something to open the door with. I wish I had my kid. But any sharp object would do. I searched the drawers, the nightstand, and finally found a pen. That was the only thing that was slightly useful. I had to break it, so I did. I took out its ink holder and cut it in half, and used it to unlock the door. When the door was finally open, I was expecting to see the same white, empty corridor that I saw yesterday. But to my surprise, it was filled with people. All the patients were walking loosely in the hallways with big smiles on their faces. It was so creepy that it almost made me want to go back inside. What was going on? Where were their nurses? And those smiles. I slowly walked out of my room and started to walk amongst them. Next task at hand was to find Samuel's office. I didn't know if I was still in the same maze, but at least this time I knew what to expect. The crowd of insane people in the halls was not helping at all. Why were they smiling like that? I spotted Bella amongst the crowd. Bella? Bella! What's going on? What are you doing out of your room? She looked at me and her smile got bigger. She was walking towards me, smiling. I took a few steps backwards. I didn't know what was going on. The closer she got, the wider she smiled. And when she was finally standing in front of me, she burst out into laughter. A high-pitched, creepy laughter. I subconsciously started to run the opposite direction of her. This was madness. I had to save myself from this place. Everything was turning into a huge nightmare. I kept on running and running, but just like last time, no luck. But there must have been a way out of here. One of these rooms. Oh, wait. Wait. Maybe we were in a completely different building. One of these doors must be the exit door. That must be it. So I started to check out every single door from the keyhole. I was right. I finally found the door that I was looking for. I used the same broken pen to open the door. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I was actually succeeding. The door led to the front yard. Some of the other patients were walking in circles in the yard. It looked like they were circling around something. I couldn't quite see what, but it looked like a ritual or a seance of some sort. It was creepy as hell, and it freaked me the hell out so badly that I ran away. I recognized the building that I walked in when I first wanted to talk to Samuels. That was it. That was where his office was. I couldn't risk being seen, so I tried to grab a hold of one of the patients so I could have him walk in front of me, like I was a part of a horde. It was easier than I expected. It was like having robots walking in front of me. So obedient. What if they were trying to turn me into one of them? There's no what if anymore. That was exactly what they're planning for me. Today was my lucky day. I found Samuels' office easily, and lucky for me, he wasn't inside. His door was also locked, so I had to open it with the same pen that was saving me all morning. I walked inside and immediately started to search the room for my laptop. The drawer, the desk, but nothing. My laptop wasn't there. Damn it. Looks like I wasn't lucky after all. I lost hope again. Felt trapped. Wait. What was that under the files? Yes, that was my phone. I grabbed it and immediately unlocked it to text my captain. Oh hell no, they erased the memory completely. Those evil monsters. No signal, no internet. It was completely useless. I walked out of the room again. The patient that I brought as my cover was standing outside with that creepy smile on his. I left him alone there and walked out of the building. I had to find Evans. She should be where the other nurses are. For the first time that day, I noticed that I didn't even see any nurses the whole morning. I was panicking. What if she was in trouble? I searched the entire building for her. But not only that I didn't find her, I didn't even see a single nurse. I didn't even see Samuels or Higgins. Something terrible was going on. I began to search the yard. Patients were still walking in circles. Wait a minute. Were they walking around a tree? The apple tree. Wait. Rose. That must be the tree that they buried her under. I made my way among the crowd and tried to walk closer to the tree. The grass under it looked like it hasn't even been touched. No stone, no nothing. Like she was never there. Anger took over me and I got myself away from the tree to look for Evans. I had to find her. I had to do something today or I would lose my mind for real. I searched the entire yard and I didn't even see a single nurse, for the love of God. Right where I was starting to lose hope, I saw something. Deep at the back of the yard, there was a door. An iron door. That was the only place that I haven't searched yet. I opened the door and walked inside. There was an empty corridor ahead of me. It was so badly lit that I couldn't even see in front of my feet. All the lights were broken except for a few. Inside the corridor, there was other iron doors with tiny windows on top. I checked every door, but I didn't see anything inside. But the final door that I checked, there was a bed inside of it, with a woman lying on it, shackled. Evans? Evans! I yelled out her name while banging the door. I didn't even care if anyone else was inside. She was in deep trouble. I had to save her. It all happened because of me. Gray? Gray, is that you? She yelled from inside. I could hear in her voice that she was crying. Yeah, Evans, it's me. What are you doing there? What happened to you? Gray, please, you need to get me out of here. Please, you need to save me. They're trying to fry my brain too. Oh no, they were doing what they did to Rosie. I tried to unlock the door with the same pen, but this door was different. It wouldn't open. Evans, hold on. I'll get you out of here. Don't worry. With that, I just ran away from the corridor and walked back to the Samuels' office. Damn it. Higgins and Samuels were inside. They were talking, and that poor idiot was still standing in front of the door. I knew Evans would be trouble. We should have killed her like we killed Giller. But she can be useful for us. I can use her for my experiments. Don't worry, she has no other way out. Those monsters, God, I wanted to go in right there and spit in their faces. But I had to act smart. Evans's life was on the line. I waited until they both walked out of the room. I hid behind that patient to pretend that I wasn't even there, like I was one of the others. They walked out of the building without even noticing me. I stepped into the office. The only way that I had was to send an email with Samuels' computer. My captain would know it was me. Andrew Gray, SOS, St. Albans. He would know what I mean. They would come for me. I immediately deleted the email after I sent it, so they wouldn't notice. I wanted to get back to Evans. I had to get her out somehow. But when I got to that same corridor, I saw Higgins and Samuels walking inside. Oh no. Oh hell no. I had to get them away from her. Oi, Higgins, come get me. That was the only way to get them away from that room. Samuels immediately walked towards me. How the hell did you get out of your room? They both started to walk towards me. I had to run away. I had to keep them chasing me as long as I could, long enough for my captain to get there. They were chasing me like bats chasing a snake. My heart felt like it was about to give up and just stop. I ran and ran until there was nowhere to run anymore. They got me cornered. You can't run forever, Mr. Gray, said Higgins, smiling. She was right. That was it for me. There was nothing more I could do. I hadn't thought this through. Oh God, I needed help. I was so scared. They had me. That was it. But right where all hopes were lost and I was cornered like a mouse, I heard it. The sound of my freedom. The sweetest sound I have ever heard in my entire life. Checkmate, you monsters.
Coming up next on the Insanity series.
Captain Kelly, I have enough evidence to bring them down now.